This podcast is presented by Zack Labs, Cosbon, the instant costume adhesive. Have you ever had issues using materials to build cosplay costumes, theater props, or everyday repair? We have the solution you've been looking for. Zack Labs proudly presents our latest product, Cosbon, the instant costume adhesive. What you get is a 8.5 by 12 inch sheet. You simply peel off both sides much like you would double stick tape, except this isn't that. This is our patent-pending microfiber-infused adhesive that has a tensile strength of up to 100 pounds. This unique adhesive sheet is instant, and boy, do we mean instant. Activation is different than other products, as ours works purely by pressure. Simply peel and stick, applying even force, and it bonds. Instantly. It's human-safe, non-toxic, pet-safe, no fumes, and the best part, it won't ever stick to your hands. Rated for up to 75 wash cycles before starting to give. Great in the cold, rain, and even the heat. Stick anything to almost anything. Metals, plastics, most cloths, and best of all for all you cosplayers and costume builders, is all of your foam materials. While it does stick instantly, leave it alone with a bit of pressure for 24 hours and it cures to even stronger. So wave your magic wand and just use Cosbond, the instant costume adhesive. You are listening to a Dynamic Works Productions podcast. This show is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio Network, and many, many more podcast services around the world. You can find all our content, music, videos, books, podcasts, and more on our website, www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Have questions, comments, or concerns for us? Head on over to the social tab on www.dynamicworksproductions.com if you'd like to talk to us. Now, on with the show. What's going on, Fork fam? Welcome back to another fantabulous episode of the Fork in Your Ear podcast. I'm your host, as always, author, podcaster, gamer, Tim K.A. Trotter. Joining me, as always, is my relaxed stallion.
Yeah.
The faithful steed, the buster of knuckles, the blister of listers, the...
Mike of lists.
The Mike of lists?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Trying to fit in some more spunkifiers. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going with that one. Sure, whatever. Spunkifiers. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good, Tim.
Yeah, why you doing so good, buddy?
I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Well, technically, this is my last day of vacation.
Aw.
But I'm fully on I'm like fully in vacation mode, dude. I am just working fucking 6 months straight through the summer really puts a lot of stress on a guy.
Oh, dude, man. I understand. As all the Fork fam knows, still going through this business transition, and business is picking up regularly, so I have transition stress, move-in stress, and long workday stresses. I think most of my days this week were 12s. So that's always great. Not really. I mean, it's good for pay, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, like, I don't know. It's going to be kind of weird because eventually, like, it's not going to be about, like, when I take over, it's not going to be about hours, necessarily.
Yeah.
Because that's not how the pay is going to work, because it can't. Because I'll be paying myself. I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. But yeah, so that's cool. So you're on vacation week. What's the highlight? What are the highlights? What are the lows?
Um,
Hit me with the lows first.
Lowe's, I had to do a lot of laundry.
I mean, I don't like laundry myself.
Do
Uh,
not like laundry.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of
Uh,
laundry.
I'll do it. Not gonna be happy about it though. Not gonna like write home about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, did a lot of laundry for like a day. Like a whole Tuesday was just laundry from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Just a
Damn.
shift of laundry, dude.
Well, why is it so much laundry? Are you like always behind or?
Uh, we don't have a washing machine right now, so we go to like laundromats and stuff.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
you got the pie. I gotcha.
yeah, we have to.
Shit. Yeah.
When we moved, we lost the laundry room, so I mean, it was just like a no-brainer. I'll trade a laundry room in for a whole house.
Hmm. I gotcha. I gotcha, buddy. Well, that
Yeah, so
sucks.
yeah, but I mean, we got it done. I wrote a lot for the Fork in Your Path podcast. I wrote a lot of stuff for that game. So I mean, it was like a productive day. It just sucked because I was doing shit tons of fucking laundry.
Hmm. I gotcha.
Highlight going to Philadelphia. How much have you ever spent on a lunch, like a lunch date?
Oh, money wise?
Yeah, money wise.
I mean, I can't say that I've really had like a lunch date with my girlfriend
Like how much? Okay, how much have
necessarily.
you ever spent at like for a dinner?
Oh, dinner? Oh, that would have been this fucking fondue place that we went on our 1 year anniversary. It was like 180 goddamn dollars.
Okay, cool. I spent 120 on lunch. That's how good this
Jesus.
place was.
Oh.
It's like it's a ramen shop. So
Ooh,
we got
ramen
like
shop.
banh mi
Cool.
buns and shit. Oh my god, dude, it was so fucking good. Like I was like, yo, bring another bun out. And the lady was like, are you sure? I'm like, fuck yeah, bring another one of those buns out. And she's like, they're $9. I'm like, I don't give a fuck,
Holy
lady. They're
shit.
good as shit.
Wow.
Bring me another motherfucking bun. She was like, word. I was like, bring me another fucking ramen too. It's Philly. So the bitch had some swag to her. Dude, this place was so awesome. I'm gonna text you a picture. I mean, you do watch a little bit of anime, so you'll get
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay.
Boop, 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 boop. I'm texting it to you now.
Okay. Phone's open. I'm waiting to receive the message. Okay. So we've got. Okay. So that's the Naruto guy, right?
Yeah, it's Naruto.
Okay. And who are the dudes to
And
the left?
those are just like I guess the owners or something, but I guess the bit is, it has like when the check comes, it's in a manga book. Like
That's
an old
really cool.
like an old manga. It's fucking dope, dude. Like that's how like I love this place so much, but it's so fucking expensive, but it's really good. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah, sushi roll was like $18.
Mm. Was it good sushi though?
Oh, it was fucking great sushi.
Yeah, I mean, if $18 if it's great sushi, that's nothing. That is nothing.
Yeah, but the banh mi buns, oh, dude, like the buns, oh,
Yeah,
so fucking good.
that good.
Yeah, the ramen is excellent. Like I love ramen.
That's awesome, dude. I've never had legitimate ramen.
Also, also a lot of sex.
Yeah,
Sex.
I
Yeah.
remember you telling me the number.
Oh man,
We know we're
I
not
am
shy here on Fork in Your Ear.
at 3 times a day
Yeah,
for the past week.
that's good. It's good.
That's fucking, dude. I'm
I'm
like,
sure that kept her happy. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's a good number.
Whew.
Nice, nice. Um, Sweet. So what have you been playing in your vacation week?
Uh, I've been playing Destiny Forsaken, man.
Yeah.
The Festival of the Lost is in full swing,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it's rewarding, dude. Like the grind is, it's like, oh, and it's Iron Banner. Enjoy that. Like that's how fucking crazy it is.
Hmm.
It's fucking Iron Banner too.
Nice.
So it's like Play Festival. Oh fuck, Play Festival Lost. I'm actually playing right now, as you well know. Fork
Yep.
fam, I play. So if I react, you're hearing live reactions of crazy shit.
Yeah, and I'm chillaxing on Spider-Man, taking
I
out a base.
you enjoying it, man? Like,
Spider-Man?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying Spider-Man. I don't get to play it as often because I've been working so hard. Because what I have been playing this week is an odd smorgasbord of stuff. So first of all, for fam, my Nintendo Switch has finally come back from the Nintendo hospital,
Mm.
and they finally fixed the Joy-Con connection issue, so I can finally use it as a fucking handheld again. Praise Jesus! And bonus, they also fixed for those who are, I don't know, either obsessive compulsive about this show or just remember everything. I talked about when I got the Switch the cartridge flap
Mhm.
on my Switch since day one had never been quite right. Like it kind of closed, but it was kind of like more or less like slightly ajar, like
Okay.
which annoyed me because it was brand new.
Like loose.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you've seen the Switch, you know how the flap works, right? And it's
Yeah.
that kind of like softer, rubbery plastic, like like changing a SD card on a
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A sturdy plastic, but not hard.
yeah, like
Has some
soft on
rigidity.
purpose, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Has some rigidity.
yeah. Well, my flap
Yeah.
never went down all the way, which annoyed me because it's brand new. Like it's one thing if it's like you get a couple years down the road, you know, it's like okay, shit's not quite gonna be as it was. But this is brand new, and it just never sat right. And I'd seen a couple other friends switches, and I was like, oh man, stupid flap. Well,
Yeah.
they fixed the flap, interestingly enough, which I was quite surprised by. Well, actually, first thing I was surprised they actually fixed the Switch. Like they because it came back, it was the same Switch, the same model number, still had my screen protector on there. And then to add insult to injury, because as we all know, I had waited until the cloud save functionality had come back. My save data was also totally fine. So I was like, okay, well,
Oh yeah.
fair enough. But, you know, I'd covered my bases just in case. I was not prepared to lose that fucking 400-hour Breath of the Wild save file. You
Go
know?
fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Hell
exactly.
no.
Exactly.
Fuck that.
You know?
Jess, by the way, Jess beat that game. She beat it finally.
Oh, cool.
She said, and I quote, "I was way more overprepared than I should have been."
Yeah, I mean,
She's like, I played way too like I should have beat the game and then kept playing. That's how far along I was. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. It only took me like 10 minutes.
yeah. And are you talking about she beating Ganon or what?
Yeah, she began it.
Okay, because you'd beat Ganon already, right? Yourself?
Yeah, I thought I thought that boss fight was well done.
Oh yeah, it's super well done. But
Yeah.
there's a point where you can get OP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was too. I was well prepared, put it that way.
Yeah. You know what will give you a run for your money though is if you ever do that master mode. That's
Yeah.
a different fucking ball game. So, and is she doing the DLC?
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Okay,
doing
cool.
that.
So did she do the new dungeon?
The one that you get the motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cuz that boss is way harder.
Yeah, that was tough. She asked me, she was like, "You want to try this?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me give it a shot."
Yeah, you
And I
got
get, oh man,
Mhm. Yeah, that boss. That boss is something different.
yeah, he's something spectacular. That boss.
Yeah, really cool, right? Really really different.
But you get a motorcycle, so it's really cool. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
fucking
feed this wood and ride around like
I
a
know
fucking
this
badass.
Hyrule biodiesel motorcycle. It's awesome. It's really legitimately awesome. Fun fact, they modeled that motorcycle off of um the motorcycle that they gave Link in Mario Kart 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was like a thing. They're like, well, the work's already kind of done. So we just have to figure out how to make it work in Breath of the Wild. Like it was a whole thing. Cool thing. Oh shit,
Really cool.
I got spotted. God damn it.
Ugh.
I got spotted. Oh, that's not good. I can't do my bonus objective. See, I'm at the point in Spider-Man where I've beaten all the main things, and I'm trying to get all the bonus objectives so that I can get that percent meter to 100%. That's the point where I'm at in Spider-Man PS4. Which, fun fact, also Spider-Man PS4, the first DLC pack comes out next Tuesday. Real excited about that. Has something to do with Black Cat, I guess. And
There's DLC coming out already?
oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they actually just added a new difficulty setting and New Game Plus.
Cool.
Which is real cool.
I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah. New Game Plus was supposed to come out like a couple weeks ago, but then they ended up delaying it like literally the day it was supposed to come out because I guess it wasn't up to snuff or something. Or it broke something or some shit. For those curious, New Game Plus, because I always find that you hear New Game Plus and it doesn't always mean the same thing in every video game. In this Spider-Man, it's, whatever you got in your main game, you can then carry over into a new game. So you can start from square one, but with
all the goodies,
all your XP, your gadgets, all that shit leveled up, your costumes and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool.
Certain stuff. However, and I have a personal gripe with this just in general with games that have New Game Plus. Like, I like New Game Plus, don't get me wrong. But I hate it when it's a New Game Plus and they don't let you, like, bump the difficulty up. Because it's like, if I'm going to go do it again, like, give me the higher difficulty. Like, yeah, okay, fine. I've got, like, all of the gadgets and weapons or XP or levels or whatever. But I like it when the games also let you change the difficulty up on your New Game Plus. This game does not let you do that, which is kind of sad. Which also, I'm sitting here wearing my Spider-Man PS4 t-shirt right now, actually, that I got at the PlayStation booth at PAX. And I just know that I'm going to do this ultimate difficulty and then do it again on New Game Plus. I just know it, Like, it's going to happen. So, but I am really curious about the DLC. Like, I hope it's really good. I do already have one knock against the DLC. They showed which 3 suits, because of course Spider-Man, they're going to give you different suits because it's one of the things in this game that works real well. They revealed the suits, and it was the like the 3rd generation Scarlet Spider, where it's like the pure red with just the red or the black mask. You've maybe seen that one. It's the Britain Spider-Man, and then like some new design Spider-Man suit that doesn't look that good. And I was like, really, you're gonna go with those 3 for your first DLC? Like, where is the Raimi? Where's the Raimi Spider-Man suit? Or where's
that's a black suit?
Yeah, there's no black suit in this game, or will be ever in DLC. And that's for reasons that I can't go into, actually. Story reasons.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, no black suits as far as costumes go. Like, not even the plain one where it's just, it's just the black one. But I was really shocked that they didn't do like the other movie suits, or my personal favorite, the Superior Spider-Man suit, which looks dope as fuck.
Is that the one when Doc Ock takes over his brain?
Yeah, and it's like really black good, but red, and then his eyes are like really narrow and kind of evil looking.
Yeah,
like he looks like an angry Spider-Man. And then he's also got because it is Doc Ock, he's got little mechanical spider claws that come out of his back too. So yeah, but it's kind of an odd choice for the first DLC. I know there's 2 more packs coming, so they have time to rectify that. But it just kind of seems like, those are the ones that fans have been asking for. The original Spider, the Tobey Maguire suit, and the Andrew Garfield suit, and then some of the ones from the comics that they didn't get in the initial release. This is a little surprising. We'll see. We shall see. It's possible they're holding them back, for like the end or something like that. Because
like the final chapter.
Yeah, and it might be a kind of thing like for example, The only other thing that I can compare this to in terms of suit collecting and the desire to have the different costumes is the Batman Arkham games. And they
Yeah.
didn't add the Dark Knight Rises, which is the Dark Knight suit,
Yeah.
same suit, or the animated series suit until like the very last DLC. Which was kind of odd because they had Batman Beyond in there, but they didn't have, they didn't have the ones that everybody wanted. They wanted to be the animated series Batman, and they wanted to be the Christian Bale Batman, and they just took their sweet fucking time. But anyway, I digress. Spider-Man's great. Still playing it. I'm actually playing as the 2049 Spider-Man, and not his classic blue suit, but his newer suit in the comics that looks. It basically looks like Spider-Man Beyond.
Yeah.
Like it's like white and red and gray and looks futuristic as fuck. It also looks a little vicious because there's like there's some blades and shit on it. So it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
But yeah, no, I got my Switch back from Switch Hospital. It's working great. Joy-Cons connect all good. They fixed the game cartridge slot, which I was very surprised. And I guess they didn't have to. Like, it wasn't broken or anything. But my kickstand, like, it was worn, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, it was floppy.
Yeah.
They fixed that. And it looked like they cleaned up the ports and all that jazz. And away she goes. So I've been playing in bed. I've been playing back to Skyrim again, which is a nice thing. I'm finally working through that Dragonborn DLC, which I never played through the first time.
Dragonborn was good. I liked it.
I'm having a good time so far.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's cool.
What was the other one? Dragonborn.
Hearthfire.
I like that one too because I like building houses. I'm a nerd. I made Wayne Manor.
Yeah, I never did that, but I guess I'll do it this time.
Mr. 1,200 hours in Skyrim here, bud.
Yeah, hey man, I believe you. So I'm just working my way ever slowly through Skyrim. Back to
Did
playing.
you play the vampire one? Sorry.
I think I started it back on the 360.
Dawnguard. That's it.
Yeah, I started it back on the 360, but I don't think I ever completed it. But on the Switch, I'll probably get around to getting it.
Yeah.
Because
it's really good.
Oh yeah, I bet. But I believe you. Like Skyrim though, at night, like when you're laying in bed, is kind of one of the perfect night games before bed. Because you get a little story, get your little story bump, you get a little bit of combat, and then you go outside, and then you get lulled to sleep with the soft sounds of Jeremy Soul's score for Skyrim, which is of course beautiful. Like I fell asleep last night with Skyrim running. Like the battery was dead on my Switch this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm also back to playing Dead Cells, which I missed probably more than I thought I did. Dead Cells is great. Kicking ass on Dead Cells. Still contender for Game of the Year. That fucking game. So good. I tried the Mega Man 11 demo, which was kind of funky. Like they do that like 2.5D side scrolling on it.
Yeah.
And but they give you like Mega Man can have like 3 powers at any time now, I guess. But I don't know. I got my shit kicked in by the boss. It was a demo, so whatever. There's one other thing I was playing on Switch. The fuck was it? I'm drawing a complete blank, but my Switch is right to my left. I will just grab it and see what she says.
Just played Last Days of June.
Oh, I've heard that's a tear breaker.
Dude, I cried.
Yeah?
Yeah, she showed me. She's like, look at this shit. I was like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, it's a tearjerker.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's what I got. So, day one, I got my Switch back. I got my Switch back 3 days ago. First of all, played some more Paladins on there.
Did you play Dredge?
I haven't played the new guy. No,
Okay.
no. Nor have
I
I
went.
seen him in combat either. So we'll
I
see.
wanted to see how. I wanted to see how you thought about him.
Yeah, I think he looks all right. He
I
looks
like
cool.
him.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Yeah, he's
I got my like fucking rank 40 skin for Cassie,
nice.
the dragon.
That's your girl, right?
Yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl. Yeah, I am obviously rusty since I stopped playing Paladins 2 weeks ago when my Switch went in because like I played like 5 rounds and I lost so horribly bad. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I'm clearly
Little
rusty. And I
little
don't.
hint.
Yeah.
You can get your skills back by playing by doing training,
Oh
by
yeah.
doing training matches,
Yeah.
and you can get your challenges done, your daily challenges.
Oh no way!
Yes,
Really?
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my god!
You are welcome.
Thank you so much for that because I've been trying to get that fucking slide shot thing. Or what's his name? What's his name? With the gun and sliding, isn't it Zach?
Lex.
Lex?
Lex. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to get that shit done
That's
for
dude.
over a
That slide
month.
is really hard.
Yeah, it
Have you
is.
tried Mochi yet? Moji,
I don't think so.
the
I don't. I
dragon.
don't. I don't have all the characters unlocked, so no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you ever play as Moji, that's my character. Who do you, other than Cassie, who you play?
Well, I play the gun guy. I've only got like a handful unlocked because like I went from the free to play version. I
Uh-huh.
bought Cassie because I knew I needed her
Yeah.
because that's the one I play. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just load it up and I'll tell you. I'll just tell you who I have.
And you found Cassie because of one of the events, right? Or was it one of the times she was free?
None of those. So, unfortunately, Paladins doesn't have crossplay yet. So
Nope.
I'm on my own Switch account basically for it compared to my PS4. And at this point, I have more on my Switch account, which makes me really want them to get their crossplay shit together. It kind of sounds like High Res doesn't even want to entertain that thought though, which kind
Evil
of
Mojo,
yeah,
not
whatever.
high res.
Okay, so explain that to me.
Because of the games like Smite and Paladins and all their other games being so popular, they subdivided high res into 4 smaller developers.
Oh, that's cool.
So they had evil Mojo. They had whatever else.
Yeah, so those are there, but I didn't start seeing it in game. Like I'm looking at the login screen. It's got Evil Mojo and then slash high res. Okay, so the champions I've got right now, I've got Cassie, I've got Junos, I've got Evie, Koja. Koja is one of the other ones I play.
Yeah, Koga.
Yeah, Koga, Lex, Ruckus. I've never played Ruckus though.
I fucking love Ruckus.
That's your character. I remember you running with him.
Boy.
I just got Victor. I haven't played him yet though.
Victor is every MMO, every shooter. Just think of that. He has a 3-round burst rifle basically. If you like pulse rifles, he's your guy.
Fair enough. Yeah, so that's what I've got in Paladins on Switch right now.
If you ever get a chance, get Torvald.
Yeah, I think you've been telling me that for a while.
Yeah, he's my. If I can't get Ruckus, I go between those two and a little bit of Fernando.
Yeah. So the big thing that I was playing that I got real excited about because it's been maybe 8 years since I played it. So I picked up Mark of the Ninja Remastered on Switch.
Okay.
Which, if you don't know, is a perfect 10 game. So it's probably not your kind of game for sure. I'm pretty safe to say it's not your kind of game. But basically, what it is imagine a 2D hand-drawn American anime style ninja stealth action game.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. You lost me like 6 words ago.
Yeah. What did I lose you at? Ninja?
No. I think it was American anime or 2D maybe. Maybe at 2D you lost me.
I mean, it's not like shitty American anime. Like it looks like Legend of Korra. except it's like hyper fucking violent. Like you're like gut a dude in the chest, and like his chest bursts out with blood and spews everywhere. Fucking awesome. Anyways, it's stage based, and you go around, um, just murking fools basically, and it is a stealth action game. So it also kind of plays a little bit like a 2D Metal Gear Solid in a way. Sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like the guards have like flashlights, and they have a cone. You know, so if you're outside of their like cone of vision, they can't see you.
Okay.
But it also does a really cool thing where it plays with like light and shadow. So like when you're in the shadows, you're basically stealthed, and the game kind of goes black and white. But then when you're seen, it like somebody turning up like the volume, like the color comes back in, like it fades
Mm-hmm.
back in. It's really cool, and it's very, very, very well uh, rated both publicly and critically. It's made by these guys, Klee Entertainment. They've made a bunch of games, actually. They're famous for the Shank games and this game. I'm trying to think of what they did recently. But anyway, that's like the one game of theirs that they haven't made a sequel to. And so the fact that there's a remastered version that came out just a month ago, it's like, you better be doing a fucking sequel. You bitches better be doing a fucking sequel. Because it's just, it like it just plays so fucking smoothly, Mike. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not your kind of game, nor would I try to force it upon you, but I'm just saying for our audience, like, if you like 2D, hand-drawn, well-animated, controls like butter, and it's a game, like, it's an older game, but it got like all 10s and whatnot, like, it's basically a perfect game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's jack shit wrong with it. Like, the only thing that's wrong with it is that it ends. You know, like, it's one of those
Mm-hmm.
games. It's like 6 hours, then you're over. It's over. It's over,
Oh
man.
wow.
You know. So that'd be probably the only thing I can say that's against it. But it's real cool because it's remastered. So they did the thing like a bunch of like PC games do, where there's like little floaty icons, and then there's like a dev diary.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like explaining like, you know, why they chose this decision, or why they did this, or like, oh, this feature wasn't actually in the game until 2 weeks before it launched, you know, like all that kind of stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
Behind the
cool.
scenes shit.
Yeah, and I guess it's got a couple of extra levels, so I'm looking real forward to those when I get to them, I guess. Yeah. So I've been playing that, and then the two new games that I've been playing this week, just because it's been happening. I picked up Super Mario Party on the Switch.
You mentioned that.
Yeah. Well, not on the show.
No, that's true.
Yeah, yeah.
In the show before the show, because that's what we do. One of us
Yeah.
always remembers, hit record is what
The
we
show,
say.
yeah, it's true. Mike literally, you'll hear it in the outtakes, folks. Mike was there like, fucking record! Like, you stupid bastard. Which is hilarious because that's literally what I always tell. Like Mike called me last night, and we had a lovely conversation while he was walking his dog. And then I was talking about this and talking about that, and I was like, you know, we should really just save it for the show. Really just save it for the show. So I've been playing Super Mario Party. You ever play a Mario Party?
I have.
What's your take on them?
I love them.
Oh, you do?
I love mini games. Oh my god, dude, it's
Really?
I love mini games.
Oh man.
You know where you take me? Dave and Buster's. By the way, we also went to
By the way, that's where I'm going right after the show.
we have what's called a main event. It's like Dave and Buster's, but you know, it has laser tag and shit like that.
Ooh.
Hey, you know where you don't take me? Where there's laser tag, because you know what I'm really good at? Answer, laser tag. Really fucking good at laser tag.
Now,
combat experience comes screaming out of me.
Oh yeah,
a motherfucking tactical genius. I stunt on kids like it's nobody's business.
You stunt? What?
Oh yeah.
What's that
I'll
mean?
Just do crazy. I do like crazy things that you know you shouldn't be able to do. Like I'll do like a pincer maneuver with just a random person.
I got you.
Yeah, like a show off. A show off.
Yeah, man, I fucking miss laser tag. There's like no place to go laser tag around
Dude,
here.
And this is great laser tag too. This is like well done adult laser tag. Like,
that's the best.
yeah, like the gear is awesome.
Yeah.
The gun feels real, like has some heft to it.
Mm.
So like my body instantly went back into like cradle mode, and I'm like, and that's what, dude. It was so funny because Jess went, "I heard you breathe," and I'm like, what? And she's like, when you held the when they put the gun in your hand and you cocked it, and it's so cool because for reloading, you had to slap the bottom of the magazine. So it's like you're changing them tactically. It feels like you're changing the magazine. Oh my god, my body went right into overdrive. She said she heard me go, and then we won. That's what she said. She didn't die. She didn't get shot the whole fucking match. I was literally protecting her.
That's awesome.
That's all I did. And she was like, "You were protecting me." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And she was like, I'll never feel in danger again when you're around. I'm like, "Okay, good." And she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, No, I'm not." She's like, "You want to go play some skee ball and calm down?" I say, yeah. But Jess also, and I don't think you know this, I am a genius at claw machines.
Really?
Like, I'm really good at them.
You want to tell me how your skills? Because, like I said, I'm going to Dave & Buster's right after this.
I'm going to be honest. I'm a bit of a like idiot savant when it comes to it. Like
you're one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
You're fucking Rain Man.
Yeah, I just hear the way the claw. You just watch how the claw spins when it drops, because I mean it's going to spin a little bit, and also be careful with how hard it goes back up. Like when the claw resets to move, they set it so it goes really hard, so it knocks whatever you have out. That's the little trick. So you got to find something that you can get a solid grip on. Like you can get a hold of a whole head or anything with a hole. That hole, ooh. I'm like fucking Ray. Oh, you're right. I'm like Rain Man with it. I'm like, I won. This thing had a it had like tokens for basic is what you could win. Instead of like a teddy bear, it was like 500 tickets, 1,000 tickets, 1,500 tickets, like that, like in rolls. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you're buying a raffle type of thing. It was $1.50 a try. I spent almost $6, $7, and we had over 2,500 tickets. I'm just really fucking good at them, dude. It's weird. Jess says it's weird as shit. She's like, "That's kind of weird, just to let you know." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You're really good at those." Like, she's like, "I think you have a superpower."
I get you, man.
But you're on the Dave & Buster's. That's dope.
Yeah, we're gonna go with her friends who got married last weekend.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Familiar.
Yep. So that's happening. That'll be all right. It's actually good because he's actually from the East Coast.
Okay.
So he's like, "We have a fucking Dave & Buster's here. Take me to Dave & Buster's." Like he was like you the first time I mentioned Dave & Buster's. Like he knew, he knows what he's in for.
You know what's up?
Yeah. So it's gonna be great. They're gonna buy us dinner, and then I'm gonna pay for the games.
That's a classy move.
Which is good because I still have 4 cards. So like it's like I've already paid basically. Like I've got 4 fucking Dave & Buster cards. For those who don't know Dave & Buster's, you get basically mag strip cards, and that's where you put your tokens on to play the games. And they're real fucking reasonable about it, which is the other great thing about Dave & Buster's. So that's a thing. Yeah. What was I saying? We were talking about something before we got into that. Oh, we're talking about Mario Party. That's why we're talking about all this fucking shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I love mini games.
Sweet. So which Mario Parties have you played, good sir?
The 64.
Everybody played that one?
Everybody. That's the one that got me into it. And then the Wii.
Oh, I did. I never played the Wii one. What were the mini games like on that? Were they
Basically,
all dumb motion control and pointing shit?
Not all of them were. Some of them were like shaking stuff, and it was a very active, fun game
Oh, I
more
bet.
than anything.
I bet. Okay. Sweet. So you played those two, and that's it.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
What
I
a
haven't played the
noob.
Switch.
What?
What a noob.
You-
We're playing 2
You don't even know what we're talking about.
Mario Party.
Oh, okay. Thanks, babe. Yeah. So, Super Mario Party. Here's like the box quotes. It's brand new. All of the mini games are brand new and original to Nintendo Switch. There are 70 mini games total that are like standard mini games, and then there's like 10 weird one-off mini games. Like weird stuff that you need like 2 Nintendo Switches to do weird shit with.
Mhm.
So you don't necessarily have access to those unless you got somebody else who has. Can you close the door, please?
I'm leaving.
Oh, you are. Okay, my bad. I didn't know what was happening. Sorry, folks. Girlfriend lives with me now. These things will happen.
Not often.
What?
Hopefully not often.
Hopefully not often.
Because I came in just to deliver shit to you.
I know,
And
and
apparently you're maid.
so can you get that laundry started? I love you.
Retreat, damn.
Mike says,
Fall
retreat,
back.
retreat, fall back, retreat.
This is not the
Mike,
way
you're
you
a
want to
smart
go.
You need to
I've
teach
lived with-
Tim some of these things.
So is that a yes?
I lived with Jess for 6 years. I know all the tips.
What am I gonna get in return?
You'll get a boyfriend who doesn't have an itchy crotch while he's entertaining your friends at Dave and Buster's.
I want a refund.
Or was none of those things the right action, Mike?
Not one. Just
Oh man. Well, I tried. I think you and I have very different relationships with our girlfriends.
maybe.
I mean, does she like get you shit or whatever?
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I'm pouring a thing. Get over it.
Listen, let me tell you a little story about Jess. She
for it.
got mad at a chick, or as she put it, this bitch over here, for
What?
I was cooking at my godson's barbecue, and another girl
Oh, what
brought
were you?
me
What were you cooking, by the way?
chicken burgers, stuff like that,
Hmm.
steaks on
Yeah.
the grill.
Okay.
I love the grill, and this girl brought over food for both me and my friend, like me and my brother, and she walked over to her and goes, "Honey, if you put that plate down, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You don't bring my man anything." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ." Yo, Jess does not play games.
Fair enough.
She said taking care of me is like one of her favorite things to do, and I'm like, I don't even like taking care of me.
Oh, I don't like taking care of me either.
I'm
It's
like,
the worst.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sometimes I eat just donuts and shit. Like I remember when I used to just eat donuts.
Man, I wish I could eat just donuts.
Mhm.
That's the sadness of my physical condition. Can't just
Yeah.
go out and eat donuts. Can't just get a fucking donut pack. And I do mean donut with 2 T's and an E.
Can't get Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, well, it's hard to get Krispy Kreme around here because, funny story, we were talking about Krispy Kreme with just his friend's parents who flew all the way from Pennsylvania, I think, is where he's from. And then they were like, "Hey, y'all got Krispy Kremes here?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's actually my state is the birthplace of Krispy Kreme." And then he was like, "Well, why the hell don't you have Krispy Kremes everywhere?" It's like, because they overextended like motherfuckers, like Kenny Rogers Roaster or Boston Market.
Fuck yeah, Kenny Rogers Roasters. Speak the fucking truth, Tim. I'll fight a motherfucker for some Kenny Rogers roasters, boy.
Oh man, I remember them being good. We do not have a single one in the state anymore.
Remember Bob's Big Boy? Did you have those?
That was not a thing, or at least on this
Okay.
coast.
Okay.
What was Bob's Big Boy?
Bob's Big Boy was like a diner, but it had like it was just a very odd diner. Is the best way I can put it.
Well, what's odd about it?
I mean, they had like their menu was huge. Their mascot was ridiculous. I mean, it was just think diner food, like
We
they had
got
burgers, fries, chicken, stuff like that.
yeah, nothing wrong with diner food. We got a we
I
got
live
a
in- I live
Black Bear
state of
diners
diners.
up here. Motherfuck, I got discovered again. I'm not doing good at this fucking base infiltration mission. I failed it 6 times now.
Really?
Yeah, it's not good.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, I'm only half paying attention anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also a little hard because it's like, so in Spider-Man there's 3, is it 3? Yeah, so there's 3 classes of like basic bitch enemy minion types. So there's escaped convicts. There's Wilson Fisk's hired goon men or whatever, mercenaries. And then there's Sable forces, which Sable's this fucking security chick. Sometimes she has superpowers, sometimes she doesn't, depending on the comics. In this video game, she doesn't have powers. She's basically just a rich entrepreneur merc force, but like she's like high tech. And so this base that I'm infiltrating, everybody has armor on, and there's like 6 snipers, and they've got like little gadgets or whatever that detect if I'm moving too fast, you know, because Spider-Man moves real fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'll like get a couple of dudes, and then I'll accidentally cross in front of one of their fucking beams that detects my swing speed. And then they're like, Spider-Man's up there, let's get him. And I'm like, fuck. And for this one, for me to get all of my basically my RPG tokens that I need from this base so that I can continue to upgrade my shit, I have to stealth take down 3 of the RPG carrying enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And they're running in circles around both the paths where the snipers are looking and also like other groups of people. So I have to time it just perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going so good. But anyway, getting back to Mario Party. God, fucking tangent up the fucking wazoo this week.
You're in with Mr. Tangents. That's why. That's what I record podcasts about, baby. That's what happens.
Yeah. So like so Super Mario Party. So there's 70 mini games. My understanding is that they're all brand new. It's Nintendo Switch. You use only one Joy-Con in the game at all times.
You don't pass it? You pass it around?
No. Everybody gets their own Joy-Con.
Okay.
But I think it's designed for like a simplicity, kind of like that Switch Easy Access thing. Like, you know, if 2 players have a set, you have 4 controllers, that kind of thing. Which, I mean, because like for me, like I got a Pro controller and I've got 2 sets of Joy-Cons. So it's like I have either 3 regular controllers, air quotes, or I have 5 simple bitch controllers, essentially. But anyway, so it's a wide variety of like motion gyroscope mini games and or simple mini games that kind of remind me of the 64 mini games with just like 2 buttons and your stick, you know, and they'll tell you which way to hold the Joy-Con or whatever. The difference is the motion control games are like really fucking good. Like there's this one where everybody is like frying a square cube of meat, like Spam,
Mhm.
and you have to literally like flick your controller in your hand, like you're
Flipping
like
it?
you're fucking cooking it, and it's great. And another thing that they do, which I think is really nice, and I don't remember them doing it back in the older Mario parties, but they give you like
Mhm.
a practice round, so like everybody can get a feel for the controls.
Oh, okay. So you're not getting like the first minute is you going, well, how the fuck do I do this?
Yeah, no. So they give you like 2 minutes at a practice round, and like it has like a little text on the screen. It's like you're supposed to do this and this, and then you get like a little practice thing. Except the practice thing isn't quite the same as the real thing. So
Mhm.
for like example, like there was a practice one, and it was like run to the end of this curvy road and collect the most coins, and it was like, okay, that sounds easy. And so you ready up, and then you go to the actual thing, and it's like, oh, but by the way, there's like fucking boulders that come and crush you. And you're like, oh shit, that wasn't in the practice. But
Yeah.
because you got to feel.
Okay, so they add a little bit to it then.
Yeah, so even if you do the practice, when you do the real thing, it's not quite the same. So it's real smart like that. So and then the other big thing is so there's, as usual, there's a bunch of crazy items you can get, and you can steal fucking stars and shit and get coins and whatnot. But the big new addition, besides obviously the way it controls on the Switch and all that sort of stuff, and that the mini games and the boards are new, is each character you choose. So like like if you choose like Mario or Luigi or Princess Peach and all that garbage, you have your regular dice, but then you also have your character's dice. So every character has 2 dice now. So picking a character actually matters.
Okay.
So for example, like Luigi's dice, like I was playing Luigi, and I can choose either my regular 6-sided dice, or I can choose my character's dice, and it rolls 3 1s, a 6, a 7, and an 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have a 50-50 chance of either rolling real high or just garbage.
Mhm.
And then they've added these squares called partner squares. And if you land on one, you basically get a randomized, like one of the other characters in the game gets added to your team, and then they roll as well with you. So kind of like you can double up your characters and dices
Mhm.
to improve your rolls and all that sort of jazz. So yeah. So on the one hand, I think it's real good. And I think it's a very great Mario Party. And if you're in a Mario Party, I'd recommend it. I'd recommend it for you. Um, you know.
I can tell you right now, I like that they added dice, like character dice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, and check this out. There's also dice to collect as well. So like, for example, you don't get your character dice right away. You have to earn it. So you can like go through with like all the characters. There's like 10, like 10 Mario Party characters. And so like you can go through and collect your character's dice.
Oh, okay.
So, you don't just get like your magic, you can't just choose like a good set of dice right away. Like you got to go earn it with that character. So that's kind of cool too, because it gives you something to collect other than just, the single game session, of just beating the other people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. The other thing, or what was I saying? I was saying, oh yeah. So on the one hand, I'd recommend Super Mario Party to anybody who has a Switch and 4 Joy-Cons. But on the other hand, fuck that fucking game. So I've played 3 matches, all with my girlfriend, and the computer. And Jessica has some fucking how stomped my fucking ass in the last like couple of rounds every single fucking time. Like last night, I'm like, oh yeah, I got 4 stars and I got like 90 coins. I'm gonna win. She gets some fucking lucky fucking square shit and she's like, oh, I'm gonna steal a star from you. Oh, I'm gonna steal another star from you. Oh, I'm gonna make you give out 50 coins to the other players. What is this fucking garbage shit? What is it? It's garbage, is what it is. So that was going on, and it's that's a thing.
So you're telling me she beat you?
Yes, 3 times. The only 2 times I've played, she destroyed me in the most humiliating fashion. Also, I want to point out that the animations and the way the game like just generally plays, it is real like demoralizing whenever you lose, because like your characters like they show the rankings and stuff, but that like your character like goes like sad like the worse they're doing.
Yeah.
So like if like a player earns a star and you're like in like 3rd place or whatever, they'll be like, oh, like I am a loser, and I'm like, fuck, this is so demoralizing. This fucking game with its candy colors and its demoralizing nature, which I guess is really quite Japanese now that I think about it. Yeah. So Mario Party, the cool game for destroying relationships.
Oh, there's tons. Don't worry.
Yeah.
There's tons more.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other game, which I just started playing this morning. So I got something I might have mentioned in a Fork in Your Ear a while ago. When me and Jessica were at PAX, we saw Soul Calibur 6, and she was like, I love Soul Calibur. And I was like, really? Since when do you like fighting games? And she's like, I've always loved fighting games, but I love Soul Calibur. I was like, huh, really? So I picked up my Jessica Soul Calibur 6, and right before we started recording here, we popped it in, and she fucking destroyed me, which I kind of knew was going to happen, because like I played Soul Caliburs. I'm not good at them. I like them, but they're not necessarily like a game I would purposely like buy for myself. So she destroyed me as is to be expected. But then something interesting happened, where even though it's brand new and I barely understand the controls, like I played like 10 matches basically.
Yeah.
I started destroying her, and I was like, "Yeah, this is for Mario Party. Yeah, fucking die!" She's like, "Fuck you! You're gonna sleep on the couch. Fuck you! No!" Like all that kind of shit. So yeah, and actually, for the first start of the game, or not the game, the show, Jessica was actually behind me on the other PS4, and she was training on Soul Calibur so that she could destroy me later. Which is kind of great, if you think about it. I kind of love that I have a girlfriend who is going to train at a thing to beat me. So that's something. That's something. So, like, I kind of feel like I have to train at Mario Party now. Like, I think I'm just going to run through all the mini games so that I can be the best. Or something. So that I can beat her at fucking Mario Party. So.
I win.
Yeah, I win. I mean, it was bad. Like, I was winning. I was winning in all of the games. And then she would pull ahead by, like, a shit ton. And it's just like, how? It's like in Mario Kart, when you're like about to cross the finish line and somebody lightning bolts you.
Oh.
And then everybody passes you, and you're like, mother of fuck. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what about you, man? Like, what else has been going on with you, buddy?
All right, not too much. Just having a good time relaxing.
Yeah. What other things do you do to relax? Because we only know Mike as Hype Mike.
Yeah.
Hype Mike or Tired Mike?
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean that's your general status of operation.
Yeah, hype, tired. One of the two. There is no variations.
Exactly.
I can extend hype just so much, and then tired takes over.
Yeah, I get you. Well, what about sleep? Like you catch up on sleep?
I slept in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't, too big a deal.
It feel good?
Yeah, it was very nice. It was
We got to find a
Nah.
way to get Chill Vacation Mike back more often than just twice a year.
Yeah, I'll figure something out. But actually, I do go to the gym too, and that helps me.
Does that chill you out?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, that chills my Jessica out. So, speaking of a reason that Jessica needed to chill out, so I've had a very bizarre week. And
Yes, you have.
my
From
bizarre.
what I've heard, you have had a very interesting week, sir.
Yeah. So, I got electrocuted so hard, my ass got knocked back about 8 feet, and my head slammed into a hardwood desk. And it was in our office, and my boss father was showing me some wiring, and I learned a very important thing about wiring that I hadn't previously known in the fucking decade or so that I've been doing this job. Apparently, I had always been taught that when you take a fuse out on a transformer, that there is no power supplied to the rest of whatever the fuse is connected to. Which is true. That is still true. What's not true is that the terminals next to the fuse, where the power is going in,
Are hot.
that shit's still hot. That shit's still very hot. And I know this because I had my hand over it with a tiny little flat screwdriver, and it was not my regular flat screwdriver that has like fucking rubber insulation and a plastic end on the end. This was like a hard plastic, like fucking shitty steel, and then it had like a Phillips end on the other end. So it was basically metal on metal, and then the center of my palm was the contact point. And like,
well, do you have superpowers or are you psychic?
I have not developed any such things. I'm thinking I either missed the boat on the mutant gene because I'm no longer a teenager, and that's usually when that manifests, or I gotta find myself some fucking Terrigen mists to activate my Inhuman gene or something. Either that, or, you know, even though they creep me out, but I obviously love the comics. I would settle for a radioactive spider as well. I would definitely settle for that. That'd be real cool, but yeah, no powers. The only power I got was to apparently make my girlfriend so mad that she was throwing shit in the office and screaming at both my work partner Brock / cast member of
Fork in
Your Path, and throwing shit and yelling and like all of these things. So like here, the kind of sequence of events was, all right, I'm gonna unscrew this little, and then slam, and then like, I like, you know, it was one of those things where it was like I blinked, and my body was elsewhere.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, wait a minute, what happened here? And then, you know,
you definitely got your bell rung.
Oh, I haven't been electrocuted that hard. I don't think ever, to be honest.
Between the electrocution and hitting your head on a desk, your bell was rung, sir.
Oh yeah. Like I felt like I was conscious through like the whole of it, but according to Jessica, because like it was in the office, and so like she like ran over and she's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" You know, and I was not
okay, yeah.
non-responsive. You know, I was trying to get my shit together.
Yeah.
And like Brock was quiet and Dave was quiet because it's like, you know, they've been zapped. They know, you know, give the dude a fucking minute. You know, and just goes like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Can you respond? Please, like, say something. Like, baby, are you okay?" You know, and like, I get it. Like, you know, we're a couple. We're in love. She loves me, and she literally saw me fly backwards. You know, like a fucking cartoon character.
Yeah.
And get smashed. You know, and according to her later, she was saying like my eyes were all rolling around and shit. I was like, yeah, I'm sure they were. I got zapped.
Yeah.
You know?
I got zapped and my head hit a goddamn desk.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to be a little rolly-eyed.
Yeah.
It's to be expected.
So as I recall it, which may not be correct because I got electrocuted, I shushed her.
Wait, did you put your fingers on her lips like shusher?
No. She was like a couple feet away from me, looking worried as shit. And then I was like, shh. And I like waved at her to shh, you know? Because like at that point, the only thing that was running through my head was like, everybody shut the fuck up for a minute. And let me
give me a goddamn second.
Yeah, it's literally basically just that. Plain and simple. Give me a fucking minute, people.
This guy electrocuted and concussed. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, basically. You know? And apparently that is the wrong thing to say to your significant other. Because she went ape shit at that point. She's like, fuck, we gotta take you to the hospital. And like my dad was like, no, he's fine. He just got zapped with 120. You know?
Yeah. Just calm as shit because it's so normal to them.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you don't get zapped every day, but it's like I've been zapped before. But like never for that long or that hard. You know? And like 120 isn't enough to fucking kill you. Or at least
it hurts though.
It shouldn't be. You know? Like, but yeah, like my skin contact was like for more than a second. You know, like I've been zapped with 120 where it's like, oh, zap, and you're like, let go, and you feel all tingly and whatnot. And this was longer.
A full blast.
Yeah. This is, I mean, that's the thing. Like, time on electricity zap works totally different. Like 0.0000 nanoseconds, and you feel like you've got your shit pushed in. But if it's like 0.0003, like it's a whole different story. Anyway, she was freaking out, and then she was like, don't fucking tell me to calm down, and like everybody lost it, or she lost her shit, and I'm still on the ground with my head against the fucking desk, and like there's this fight going on. And I'm just like, hey,
I'm gonna die.
I'm okay, everybody calm down.
On the ground?
You know,
they were arguing and you were on the ground still?
Yeah. And then my buddy Brock was like, he's breathing, he's fine. You know, like you should. But anyway, she got so mad, and she threw some things, and then she stormed off. And I was still on the ground. And then I like finally like get up, and I'm like, okay, you know, like I'm not good, but I'm not great. I'm all right, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, where'd she go? And then Brock was like, oh, she left, man. Like she drove off. And I was like, oh no. Because like then I get real worried because I'm like, oh man, she should not be driving around when she's angry. Like it is a bad cocktail to drive around when you're angry. You know? And so she like left, and I didn't know where she went, and I got all worried, and I like fucking talked to her dad because I was like, hey, so here's what happened.
Yeah.
And if you hear from her, give me a ring. You know, because like I didn't know where she went, and like I was worried because it was like, I don't know, it was wacky because it was like all that was going through my head was like, so I get my ass knocked out. And
for sure you have a concussion.
And I'm to blame? like this is somehow my fault? Like I don't go around trying to electrocute myself, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
one simply does not electrocute themselves willingly.
Yeah. Yeah, you can put the Boromir meme up on that one for sure.
What I'm gonna do here, because I kind of want to do this. I'm gonna take this 120. Not enough to kill you. Enough to really fuck your day up though.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna make full contact for about a second and a half.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Man, I wish you could have heard my sound though. Like my sound was literally like the classic quintessential.
Look at.
Like I am getting electrocuted noise. And then I went down.
Hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it was funny because like right after that I had to go to chiropractic. And so I went to my chiropractor and
Hey,
they
man,
like,
you're awful tight. Yeah, I got fucking electrocuted.
oh no, that's actually not what happened. Like, so like I lay down and then they like go to like vibrate, you know, to like loosen you up or whatever so they can make their adjustments, right? I mean, I'm sure you've been to a chiropractor, you get it.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, do you hurt anywhere? And I was like,
Everywhere.
that is a really complicated question. So I was like, I just got electrocuted. I smashed my skull. And I think my girlfriend's pissed at me and she ran off. So dealer's choice, pick one. And my chiropractor, hand to God, says, holy fucking shit. I'm not sure I even want to touch you right now. And so then, you know, like we talk a little more and then he adjusts me and he's like, oh, wow, all your adjustments went real easy. Can you get yourself electrocuted before you come in each time? And I was like, no, hell no.
Why would you ask that?
And he's like, well, it's working. You know? So that was my Wednesday.
Oh.
And so then Thursday, which was the first night we played Mario Party, get my shit kicked in by Jessica. And it's like 9:00 and I hear like this buzzing and I'm like, oh man, is that like my game controller on Mario Party? Like, what is that noise? And I see my phone and it's got a call, but it's like silenced, so it's buzzing. And I see that it's Jessica's sister and I'm like, Jessica's sister does not call me. That's probably not good, and I probably need to pick that up. And I like picked it up and she was like, yeah, we're coming home from work and like the tire blew out and none of us know how to change a tire. So how do you feel like changing a tire tonight? And I'm just like, And then Jessica's like, what? And then she's like, are you on the phone? And I was like, yeah. She's like, who are you talking to? I was like, I'm talking to your sister. She's like, what the hell are you talking to my sister? And I'm like, well, because she blew a flat and she's asking if we can help her. And there's this long pause between me and Jessica.
Uh-huh.
And like no words are said. But like there's an
whole conversation.
Yeah, there's a whole conversation. And it was like, oh, you better like here's how I imagine the conversation. Keeping in mind no words were said. I imagine it going, oh, we're best going to help her. And I was like, oh, but I'm in PJs, babe. I just had a shower. And I had a long 12-hour day. And you just kicked my ass at Mario Party. So I really don't feel like fucking helping out your family. And she's like, oh, you better fucking take that back. You know? And I'm like, well, but like, what about the other day when I got electrocuted? And she's like, I'm still mad at you about that. So you better go help my sister. And I'm just like, well, is there any way in which I can't like just have a relaxing night? And she's like, no, you got to do this. And so all of that goes down in my head. Huge long pause. She's just looking at me. And I say, so we're helping her, huh? And she's like, yeah, I'll go get my coat. I'm just like, fuck. So we go out, middle of the night, and, you know, and we don't know where her sister is. So I have to guide her sister through doing like the location feature on the iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, she's like, I don't know, I don't see any signs around. I was like, just send me your fucking GPS location. I'll come right to you. She's like, oh, how do I do that? And so fucking guide her through how to do that.
It's iPhone. Welcome.
Yeah, right? They have
that's the dopest thing ever.
Yeah, being able to find somebody like that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, where are you? I don't know. Hey, you have an iPhone? Yeah, so here's what you do.
Yeah.
And then they just like, what? I didn't know I could do that. Yeah,
Here's my fucking latitude and longitude. Oh, I don't know how to read latitude and longitude. Well, put it in your fucking maps and it'll find you.
Yeah, it'll literally go from you to me right now.
Yup.
It's amazing, dude. Like, I love it.
It's awesome. It's very handy. And it's also good, like, especially when you're like apart from your like you know, your girlfriend or your wife and you're like, hey, where are you? And they're like, oh, I'm here. I'm stuck in traffic, and they can see, you know, stuck in traffic or whatever. So like
So we go out, and like I got some jacks and shit, and I've thrown kind of my work clothes back on, and I'm like kind of grumpy about it because like I just got out of the shower, so I was like moist.
Yeah.
And it's officially definitely fall here in Washington, so it's like it's misty, it's cold out, and my hair's still kind of wet. So I'm like, ugh.
Okay, what's cold to you?
Cold to me?
Yeah,
Like cold or freezing?
cold.
Cold to me is anything like 45 and below.
Okay,
That's
so
that's cold to
we
me.
have a similar cold, like where it goes from cool and crisp to cold is
Yeah,
like
because like
45.
40, like 45, 48 to like 55 with like a wind chill factor. Like that's
Yeah, so
that's cool.
I can stand in
It's
58
nice.
degree weather
It's nice.
comfortably. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because like even though we're a very humid state, it's way different humidity than your guys's. Like your humidity is like hot and oppressive
Yeah.
and evil, and like
It's
my humidity is damp and or dangerous because of the roads.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like so like and I imagine it's this way everywhere. I mean, I don't really know, but it's like here like this time of year until basically March or later, like we got to really watch our bridges and like our overpasses, like where there's like shadows like on the
Oh yeah.
on the when
On
you're
the road.
driving. Yeah. Because we get black ice like fucking crazy up here, which is ironic because we don't get that much ice in general anyway because of our climate. So
Mhm.
very, very odd mix of things. But anyway, like I'm going out. There's this fucking shitty ass car. We find it, and it's her sister's coworker's car. And it's like this shitty. Best I can describe is it was if a Infinity was in an abusive relationship with a Honda.
I can picture it so vividly.
Yeah, there's fucking dings everywhere and shit. And then they're like, and I'm like, okay, you guys got like a spare, right? And so they wheel up this spare, and it's like, this spare says Nissan on it. And then they're like, I don't know. I'm like, fucking Christ.
Infinity was in an abusive relationship with a Nissan. Oh, that is just the perfect.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the perfect phrase.
You gotta like write down like a book, like add that one to the one with the how something sounded like the X-wing radio, whatever that one was from like
From an anthropomorphic dog that doesn't have the ability to use its thumbs to control volume and texture.
Yeah.
God, that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It was so fucking funny.
I mean, sometimes I'm good.
Oh man.
So like I'm fucking. So first of all, it was one of those old ass Infinities that it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, I hope there's like a beam here because I cannot fucking see where the fucking struts are. Like, I hope this doesn't go through their fucking oil pan or whatever. You know what I mean? One of those kind of fucking cars.
Oh yeah.
And I get it up in the air.
Hodgepodge.
Yeah. I get it up in the air and I'm like taking the fucking bolts off or the nuts off. And the fucking tire that's on there has huge fucking like the bolt size compared to the hole size on the fucking tire is just stupid big. Like the difference is not correct. And I'm just like, who the fuck put these tires on? And why haven't they sheared off yet from fucking stupidity? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, ugh. Fucking guys. And I'm putting this rink-a-dink fucking Nissan tire on this fucking Infinity in the middle of the night, foggy ass shit everywhere. At least to Jessica's sister's credit, they had pulled off like at like this, I don't know, like entrance to like maybe like a quarry or something.
Okay,
Like
so you had a lot of room.
Yeah, so there's a lot of room. So it wasn't like we were like in the ditch or something, because that would have been real fucking shitty. And like I'm having trouble getting this fucking tire on because it's a fucking shitty Infinity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, did you get a jack? Like you should have like a car jack, like a wheel well car jack, right? And they're like, yeah, I think we got that, but we couldn't figure out how to work it. You know, and it's one of those basic scissor lift
Oh yeah, crank it.
cranks. And I'm like, okay, where's your crank? And she's like, I don't know. I just got this question mark looking thingy. And I'm like, question mark looking thingy? And so this girl is some other girl's car, just Jennifer girl's car.
Mhm.
And she hands me, best I can describe it's the Riddler's fucking cane before it was painted as a prop. like it's this question. It's literally looks like a fucking question mark, and it's just this hoop and this metal, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this for? And she's like, I don't know. Like, I think it's supposed to be for the crank. And like I'm looking at the end of the fucking crank, and it just has like a hole in it. Like it doesn't have like a slot for like a like an Allen key or a tire bar wrench or anything that looks normal, basically. And so like I'm using, and I didn't bring a lot of tools because like I don't know, I just didn't. And so I'm sitting there, I jack up this one side with the jack that I brought, and then I'm using the fucking candy cane question mark haphazardly in this fucking hoop thing to get this thing spun up so I have a little more room so I can get this fucking tire on. Is the most janky ass fucking ugh. It was so dumb, dude.
Hey, have you ever had to take a locking lug nut off without the key?
I don't think I know what a locking lug nut is. Like, I'm sure
It's a lug nut that only comes off to a special key that fits on the end of the ratchet.
Oh, definitely not then. No.
Yeah, they are. A buddy of mine had a car, and he was like,
Is that like a newer thing, or is that like a specific?
That's been around for a while.
Is it like a specific model kind of thing?
No, you can put locking lug nuts on your car if you want to.
Oh.
And I know you have a Datsun, and I mean, I have them on my car, and I have a '99.
Okay. Wheel.
Yeah, it's a pain in the dick because you have to like damn near break the nut to come off, but you can get it off. It is possible. It's just it takes a lot of fucking torque. Gotta have a buddy to stand on the bar. That's how much it takes a lot, but doable. It sucks though.
Interesting. Well, yeah. So anyway, I went and did that, and they got home safely, and I was trying to tell the lady, like when you get your fucking tire fixed, make sure they change the fucking, I don't know what it's called, the rim, I guess.
Yeah.
Change the rim or get them to change the fucking actual threads because they're not the fucking right size. And so I was like, okay. Frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been my week, and working hard, and tore my dick again. That's great.
Oh, God.
And we'd already talked a little bit about that yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So sex continues to still be a challenge for me. You know, and it's not even like the normal stuff of like just being generally good or not good at sex. It's like my shit's either too dry or it's too damp, and I've never had this fucking problem before. And I'm just like, I'm tired of tearing it, man. Like, it's not good. It does not feel good. I don't want it anymore.
Not good for yourself either.
No, it's horrible.
I ever tell you a story about when my buddy broke his dick?
Go for it, buddy.
I'm going to start by saying this. A wise man once told me, if you're going to let a crazy chick ride you, get the underhook. Now, that came to pass because a buddy of mine, when I was in the Marines stationed in Japan, he was dating a really crazy chick. Like, she was so crazy, like How I Met Your Mother crazy. I looked at her in the face and went, oh, this bitch is crazy. I said that out loud. Like, my bells and whistles were going off so hard. I looked at him, I was like, yo, this bitch is crazy. And she just went, yeah, I am. And I'm like, whoo, this is going to be a fun one. So he called me one day, and he was like, yo, I need you to take me to the clinic. And I'm like, why? And he was like, because I had a car in Japan. That's why, instead of calling a taxi. And I was like, why? He was like, oh, man, I think I broke my dick. I was like, I'm on my way.
I mean, let's be honest. If you are male friends with somebody, that is the appropriate response. Somebody says they broke a dick, you're like, okay, I got it, man. I don't even know you. I'm there for you.
Yeah.
Like,
what happened?
Yeah.
A stranger could come up to me. Sir, I broke my dick. Oh my God. What's your name? My name is Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
That's exactly. I mean, it's true, right?
We're gonna be friends we're gonna have a great story about why we became friends.
Oh,
just
God.
to let you know.
Yeah.
You picked the right one, dude.
Oh, man.
So I go to his barracks. I'm like, I go in, and like, I just open the door. This bitch is sitting eating a sandwich in the kitchen.
Oh man.
Like in the kitchenette. And I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna say his name, I'll just give him the code name Rusty. Where's Rusty? Oh, he's laying there. He's laying in the bedroom. I think I heard him. I'm like, okay. So I go in and I'm like, hey man, what happened? He's like, dude, I think she broke my dick. I'm like, what happened? He was like, she was riding me, and I went, okay, first off, I know where this is gonna go, and I'm so sorry. And then he was like, she went a little crazy and got a little into it, went too high, sat back down, and I think my dick bent in half on her butt cheek. And I was like, okay, like it doesn't sound like it's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for you. And he's like, did you take me to the clinic? And I'm like, why? He's like, there's a bump. And I'm like, I mean, there's a bump. He's like, there's a bump on the side of my dick, and I think it's crooked. And I'm like, I'm about to see this. And he went, what? I'm like, I gotta see. I have to. It's a cautionary tale for the ages. I have to see. He was like, cool. Just say no homo. And I'm like, no homo. I'm gonna look at your broke dick. And he was like, okay, dude. It was catastrophic. It broke. Had an elbow, Tim. Had an elbow. So I'm like, okay, dude, here's what we're gonna do.
What even happens at that point? Is it just like the muscle has fucking torn?
Yeah, it's like getting a bruise.
Yeah.
Your muscle, you can bend the muscle and then it will, it'll break and then fill with blood. It's like cauliflower ear.
Okay.
You know, if you take too many ear impacts, your ears grow like hard. It's a very unique look. If you've seen it once, you'll know it.
Great.
All right, hold on. I'll look it up. I'll send you a picture.
Oh no, I don't need that. No, I don't need that.
Have you ever seen Randy Couture?
No.
Or like a wrestler? Have you ever seen? Did you know anybody growing up who wrestled?
My buddy Brock did like school wrestling, but
does Brock have like weird bumpy ears?
No, not to my knowledge. I mean, I don't look at his fucking ears.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird to ask, but
yeah,
kind of weird to ask. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's So we took him I took him to the emergency room.
Yeah.
Doctor, sat him down, was like, okay, we'll be back in. A nurse comes in and it's the dude, and he's like, it was a male nurse. He was like, so what happened? And my buddy told the story, and he's like, he pulls up the blanket, and I'm like, that's a little forward. Uh Goes through, does like a I would say a thorough examination.
Okay.
And I was like, the doctor really got into it.
Man.
Long story short, doctor comes in again, and we're like, we already had a doctor come in. And he's like, no. And I was like,
No.
I was like, the dude in the blue scrubs. He goes, they don't wear scrubs here.
What? What? How? Why?
Dude decided to go in, put on a pair of scrubs, and try to get a feel. Maybe it was like some somebody's jollies,
And this is in
That's what we
Japan?
could think of. What?
This was in Japan?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, okay.
Buddy got felt up in a Japanese hospital.
Jesus. That is insane.
That is my life.
Oh, man. Well, shit, we've really been hitting the life stories today.
Yeah.
Whew.
Talk a little bit about gaming, but
Whew. So yeah, it's been a while. I mean, we did a show last week. Now that you're back, but I think I've given my thoughts on Venom. What are your thoughts, good sir?
when I first read your review,
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So I went in looking for the errors, you would say, looking for the shortcomings, and knowing some of them were very like on the nose. Like you'd be like, yeah, it doesn't know what it is as a movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't know.
Yeah.
Is it a black comedy, an action, a horror, a fucking rom-com,
Yeah,
a goddamn buddy comedy?
It's all over the map.
What is it? Make up your mind.
Yeah. Pick two. Pick two.
Yeah.
just
B. We could do A side, B side.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just
we
pick two points of tonality and run with it.
Yeah.
You want to go romantic horror? Fuck it. Do it. Like pick
Top
one.
Party was amazing.
Yeah, he was fine. I had absolutely no beef with his performance. I just thought the way they wrote Eddie Brock was not good. Or at the very least, like, okay, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't Eddie Brock. That was my problem.
Yeah. I could. Okay.
Because, like, so correct me if I'm wrong, Venomite Mike. Eddie Brock is an asshole who redeems himself by being a hero. Right?
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah. There's none of that. Like, okay, fine. Here's a little, okay, spoiler alert, people, by the way, who's listening to Forking Ear. We're just going to fucking spoil this thing. Because me and Mike haven't really talked about it. So, spoiler alert for the Venom movie. You've been warned.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, like, he wrecked his, I guess she was a lawyer? He wrecked his lawyer fiance's career or whatever with the Elon Musk Institute. But it's like, other than that, like, he wasn't a dick.
No.
Like, as the Venom symbiote said itself, it's like, you're kind of a loser. So, okay, what did you think about that? where it was like kind of like the fucking darkness comes out and then like talks to him kind of thing.
I really liked it.
I did too.
Yeah.
It was a little not quite what it should have been per the comics, but I thought that part of the movie was really well executed.
But creatively, it was a great idea.
Yeah, it works. It works well in a movie. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I mean, if you think about it, like, how else would they have
Done the voice
done
in his head?
Yeah, you know, like, I mean, they did it a little bit, but then they actually like showed him like coming out and talking to him and like, you know, that was the whole thing. Also, the thing that I thought was kind of that was lame was like I didn't really understand why the Venom symbiote gave a fuck about saving the Earth. Like, he was just like, oh, I like it here. Like, that's it?
Yeah.
Like, give me a reason. Like, because if your reason is tater tots, go fuck yourself. Like, and can we admit that the tater tot thing was fucking weird?
It was weird.
Like, why?
I literally said, what?
He wants that
like,
tater tots.
Telling you. Gotta have my tots, man.
That's so fucked up. And don't get me wrong, I love fucking tater tots.
Fuck yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Did you know that the original opening scene of the movie was on the symbiote homeworld?
Really?
Yeah, and they cut it.
That'd been dope.
Yeah, it would have been cool. And they showed fucking Riot being an asshole and why Venom like kind of hated him.
Mm-hmm.
See, that kind of shit would have been important.
Yeah, because there's no pre-story.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna go fight my dude who's like a team leader. Fuck it. You know.
So let me get to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah. Keep going. Sorry, I'm kind of walking.
That's good. No, you're fine.
Bad.
What about that stinger, though?
There was nothing wrong with that stinger. I'm all about that stinger. My crowd cheered at that.
Tim,
that
I
stinger.
stood up and grabbed my dick.
Oh yeah, I know.
And wooed like Ric fucking Flair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew from when we were talking about it when it was leaked that Woody Harrelson was cast in the movie and he had an unknown role.
Still,
and then Woody Harrelson said,
"You know how I feel about Woody Harrelson, Mr. Woody Harrelson.
He makes you Woody.
You know how I talk about Mr. Woody Harrelson. He's up there. He's gonna be up there with Denzel.
Ooh.
In my eyes.
I mean, I wouldn't put him that high, but I mean, I think he's got mad range. He's got more range than anybody with a guy who looks like that. Like,
very true. No, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Kind of a fucked up way of saying it, but
well, I mean, it's like Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman got fucking range.
Yeah,
dude's face does not have range. You know what I mean?
No, none.
Oh man. But yeah. So I guess the good news, Mike, is you're probably gonna get your Carnage. You're gonna get your sequel.
I know.
Yeah, that's the good news.
Excited.
And I really, really fucking hope they pick a fucking tone and stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so I learned some things about the production of this movie that I didn't know going into the movie. So from concept to finish, they did this movie in 1 year. Like,
wow.
The script, everything. Like, it had like 2 months of pre-production. That was it. That's it, man. So no wonder the movie felt like it was all over the place because they didn't even fucking know.
Yeah.
You know, they probably had bits and pieces of scripts and they just kind of shooting from the hip. And so I hope for their sequel, which I believe financially has to happen. Because so first of all, the movie had actually a pretty modest budget. It was shot for $80 million, which is kind of expensive, but you know, there's a lot of CGI, so that's probably what that was done. And they made, I haven't looked recently, but 2 weeks ago, they made like $180 million. So they've already made their money back. and I think it was doing quite well internationally. And the general consensus of the fans is it was a fucking train wreck, but it was still kind of fun. I think that's kind of the general. I mean, would you feel that way about it?
Train wreck is a very strong word.
Well, does train wreck to you mean like unwatchable? And okay, all right, I'll walk that back. I'll agree with you that train wreck is probably too strong a word, probably borderlining on unwatchable and like hate or something. Like, I didn't hate the movie.
No.
I thought it was disjointed as fuck.
Yes.
I thought there was some real fucking poor choices.
Yes.
Particularly how the fuck Eddie got the symbiote.
True.
Was just the dumbest out of the blue. You know, I mean, you might as well have had him fucking walking around San Francisco and it rained and a raindrop fell on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you couldn't have been more random or out of the blue because he had no connection to that fucking chick who called him. None whatsoever. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, and then the other thing, so like we saw a hint of it and it was actually in the trailer, but they cut a symbiote out of the movie.
Did they?
Yeah, there's a Scream yellow symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was supposed to have been in the film.
That'd have been a good one.
And I guess like Venom like fought her at some point. So, you know, whatever, I guess. Anyways. So, how did you feel about, and I know you're a Venom boy, but how did you feel about a standalone Venom film that didn't have any connection to, of course, the classic origin of, you know, I mean, they got part of it, like it fell off of a rocket. They did have a name drop of Jameson, who I guess died in the like that opening sequence. You know, how did you feel about the world, as it were?
I mean, when it comes to intellectual properties that are beloved, I think it's a double-edged sword to do the classic origin story, if you get what I'm saying. Because if you do it well, you're loved for it. If you do it bad, you're hated for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think of it like that. Like, it's a fine line. And of course, saying, well, we're just going to do our own thing, a little ballsy.
Yeah.
A little ballsy.
It is definitely ballsy. I mean, there's elements of the Venom that are correct. Meteorite came from alien homeworld, fell off of a ship. You know?
Got on Eddie Brock.
I don't really know where the whole eating people thing comes from. Like, I can't think of any, yeah. You know? And like the whole like compatibility thing, like that was kind of in the comics, you know. But then again, also in the comics was, at least with the main symbiote that was on Spider-Man and Eddie Brock, and you know, eventually Carnage. Like the symbiote itself is attracted to power. Like it's kind of got like very base instincts. Like it wants power, it hates being betrayed. And it likes making a mess. You know, that's kind of the base traits of how the symbiotes think, at least from what I recall in reading comics and properties and stuff. And it was like
100% correct.
You know, and then the other thing that I felt was kind of weird was how, like, you know, the symbiote's like, we can do whatever we want, Eddie. You know, but then by the end of the film, they're like cohabitating. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, but Eddie didn't do anything.
You were a dick to me an hour ago.
Yeah, Eddie didn't do anything to, like, earn the symbiote's respect or, you know, like, there wasn't, yeah. Like, I love their interplay between each other. That was done well, but some of the choices were not. It's like, okay, you know, like, Eddie should have been like, you know, this is the way that it's got to be, and we don't fucking eat people anymore. You know, And like he said that, but there needed to be a reason why the symbiote was going to even fucking listen to him in the first place. Because the symbiote for most of the movie is just like, fuck your shit. I can be a dog. I can be your girlfriend. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You're along for the fucking ride. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the film, it was like, okay, but make sure we get tater tots. Like, what?
Yeah, the tater tots things I didn't like. Jess looked at me and goes, "Oh, so he's Pete."
Does your dog love tater tots?
Oh, Pete will lose his mind for tater tots.
That's so funny and kind of adorable.
Yeah, he's an adorable dog, man. Yeah, it's. I mean, would I watch it again? Oh yeah, I'll watch it again.
I bet you it's one of those movies that holds up maybe better the second time.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
You know, because like I went in with the low expectations, and I don't know if like they weren't necessarily like it was super bad. It was just like there were so many times where I was like, the two things that ran through my mind when it wasn't entertaining was, why did they make that choice?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other part was like, I'm kind of bored. When is something going to happen? Because fucking Venom didn't even show up until an hour into the film.
Yo, my biggest critique of that movie was what you just said.
Yeah, that he doesn't show up.
It took me an hour and a half to, like, damn near an hour and a half to see Venom.
Yeah, and it's a 2-hour movie. So
in the Venom movie?
Yeah.
You grimy motherfucker.
Yeah, and then you don't treat Eddie Brock correctly either. So, you know. Because like that was my big complaint. They open it up and he's a nice dude. He's a famous reporter. He's got his shit together. And it's like, no, that's not Eddie Brock. That's not Eddie Brock at all. This is some other guy.
You were wrong.
I'm wrong?
No. They were wrong.
Oh, yeah.
That's not how Eddie Brock is. They were wrong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just complete, just, yeah. So
I would say disjointed mess is a more accurate descriptor.
Yeah.
Than you know what I mean? Like,
this film's a mess in the way
train wreck isn't. Yeah, like train wreck is train wreck.
This film's a mess in the way that final fight scene came together with the symbiotes, and there was a literal mess going on.
Did you did you like the way they fought?
I thought two things on that. One, part of me was like, yeah, I guess that would be kind of how it would be. And then the other part was like, let's see, filmed at night, a lot of CGI everywhere. This seems to me like we're trying to make the budget work here for this sequence that's over in like 2 minutes. That's what that felt like to me.
Okay.
Yeah, what about you?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Like the fights, I mean, I enjoyed watching them. Like they were a good time. It did seem like it was kind of like, how much did we spend on the suits? Man, we are way over budget on the suits here, bud. Maybe we should like bring it back. Come on, man. Show me more Venom. Show me more suits. That's what I came to see the fucking movie for.
Yeah.
You know, that hour and 15 minutes, I'm gonna be like, wow, that's a lot of exposition on a Venom movie. I'm pretty sure a lot of people knew who the fuck Venom was before they came to see the Venom movie.
Right.
I'm no genius, but I do know.
It's like everybody in this audience here, like nobody was like, oh, that looks like an interesting horror film.
Yeah, no one ever said that ever in the history of mankind.
Yeah, that's actually probably the best thing about it.
If you're into Venom, you know what you're into.
Yeah. I think probably one of the best things that I heard a reviewer say was it is a great comic book film from the 90s. And I think that that's actually a pretty accurate statement because the 90s comic book films were all over the map, but they were kind of fun.
Fun.
Yeah, exactly. All over the map. Kind of fun. Speaking of which, be real interesting how that fucking Spawn movie comes out next year.
Mm-hmm.
from the original creator. By the way,
Garland.
speaking of Todd McFarlane, he did not have kind words for the Venom movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I do believe his exact quote was, "You should have made it fucking R, you idiots."
Oh. Yeah, we all know that our movies work.
Well, and that was the other thing. Like, on the one hand, Venom doesn't need to be R-rated because of the Spider-Man universe and how it's treated in the comics. But on the other, with the way this film was put together, kind of horrifically, and like the jokes were kind of literally dirty, they should have leaned harder into that. They should have made it violent and funny, because it had parts that were funny with the symbiote and all that sort of stuff.
It did.
Like, just lean into the Deadpooliness of it. Like, Venom's not a Deadpool character. He's not. But fuck it. Like, you've got your own spin. Like, do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It works. We want to see it.
So, I mean, so now that leaves the problems that it creates for the sequel and the problems they'll have to clean up for the sequel. Because the problem it leaves for the sequel is, okay, so Woody Harrelson gets a different symbiote and becomes Carnage?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm not into that idea at all.
I want, like, okay, so here's how I see it playing out. Like, if I was writing it and I don't have access to the rest of the fucking Spider-Man canon, let's say Venom's known by the military and he gets, like, separated or sliced in half from his symbiote. Symbiote gets cut in half.
Yeah.
You know? And then that becomes Carnage with the insanity of Woody Harrelson.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
See, that's how I would handle that. Sidestep the whole thing because in the comics and all the other things, you know, the Venom and Carnage are the same symbiote.
Yeah.
That's the way they have always been handled in the comics. And with the exception of the animated series where there was some fucking magic shit that, like, cloned the Venom symbiote to Cletus Cassidy. I'm never going to forget that weird shit. That weird plot twist from the 90s.
Which one was that on the TV show?
Yeah, the 90s animated series, the good one that ran for like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
So Carnage got introduced properly. Eddie Brock was in a jail cell, but the symbiote got loose. And then instead of going to Eddie Brock, it went to his next door neighbor, Cletus Cassidy, and he broke out. And then Spider-Man had to have Eddie Brock's help for some reason to stop Cletus Cassidy. And this is actually kind of famous because in the animation, like, he would kill people, but it would always be off screen. Like, you'd see, like, shadows of, like, spears going into cops and stuff. And, like, people being like, front and center. Or whatever. Yeah. And then later, when they had Venom and Carnage fight, it was Venom was a good guy, being an anti-hero, and then there was some fucking magic shit, like Mephisto or some shit, and he, like, magic cloned the symbiote of Venom and gave it to Carnage to serve as his fucking ward to try to do some shit, and Doctor Strange was involved somehow, and it was one of the wackier, less great plots of those 90s. So anyway, so that's how I would do it in a Venom sequel, which, by the way, I swear to Christ, if they don't call the sequel Maximum Carnage,
I'm gonna riot.
Yeah, I'm gonna riot in not the joke way of the riot symbiote. Because let's be honest, that is a missed fucking opportunity if that's 100%. Not what it's called. Like, all you need Venom, white logo, the way they've got it, and then Maximum Carnage in red. That's all you need. That's all you need. You know?
Agreed.
And also, on that point, lean hard into the R, because Carnage is a fucking psychopath. And a psychopath. Like, two psychopaths make extra psychopathy. Or something. You know?
Yeah.
So that's how I would do it. I'd have him be split from his symbiote, not, like, separated, but like they cut the symbiote in half or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, through some sort of military thing, and then like Venom escapes or whatever. And then let's see, how would Cletus get the symbiote? That'd be the question. Well, you obviously have to have him escape, I think.
Maybe have like play off the interview thing, and then like Cletus liked Eddie Brock a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So when he escapes, he goes and finds Eddie, and like the symbiote's like, "This motherfucker's crazy," and lashes out, and that's how he gets a little bit of the suit.
Maybe. Yeah, I like the first part of what you said. Maybe not so much the second part. You could, I suppose, also do it the other way of the symbiote is also like it is properly like the same symbiote. Like from the interview, you go, Cletus liked Eddie Brock so much in the interview. And like you do like interviews with him like Hannibal Lecter style.
Yeah.
And then something happens where he escapes. And then like while like Eddie's like sleeping or whatever, Cletus finds him, maybe tries to murder him. But then like the symbiote tries to save its host.
Yeah.
And he becomes Carnage. And then
well, how would he get the suit though?
Oh no, he wouldn't. See, this is where I'm getting back to fixing the Eddie Brock part. Eddie Brock has to put himself in harm's way to stop Carnage. And through his bond with the symbiote, maybe that splits the symbiote. And we get our Venom Carnage showdown.
Okay.
I'm just spitballing here because it's like
no, I like it a lot.
You know, like there's only so many things you can do that feel at least kind of correct. You know? Or what'll probably most likely happen, because they've already established it, is there's a bunch of other symbiotes running around everywhere, and a symbiote finds its way to fucking Cletus. Maybe perhaps transferring around through different bodies through the rest of the film until it finds its way onto the main human villain. Again.
If they do that, Tim, I will riot. I was okay with Venom taking a little bit. I love Carnage. I have a Carnage mug.
I know, dude. It's sitting right next to you right now, buddy.
Yeah.
I know, man. I know exactly, dude.
That's my podcast setup. I drink my drink out of a Carnage mug.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's a fucking pimp mug.
Like, to me, Carnage is special. If it's a Carnage movie and it's not, I'll give you 35 minutes. If I don't see a hint of Carnage in 35 minutes, I swear to fucking Christ.
You could also do kind of the classic movie thing where maybe the movie opens, everybody's dead, Eddie's on the ground without his suit, and then there's Carnage about to kill him.
Yeah.
And then you cut to like 2 hours ago or something like, oh shit, you know, like something like that, perhaps.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
So
that'd be acceptable. I would be okay with that.
Yeah,
because it shows like Venom defeated, Carnage is already created, and it's like, oh shit.
Oh no, I just thought of what they're gonna do.
Oh no.
Because we forget that this is part of a separate non-Spider-Man but filled with Spider-Man villains universe.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And that fucking Mobius movie is coming. Morbius?
Yeah. Fuck, really?
With Jared Leto?
Yeah. Oh, no, okay. I didn't know it was...
Yeah, he's already signed. It's happening.
I'm a Jared Leto fan. Acting.
Okay. Well, I'm sure. Let's see how many fucking people show up to that movie. The answer is none. Because let's be honest. Do you know who Morbius is?
Yeah, the living vampire.
Okay, well then you're a step ahead than most people. Anyway, I asked that to Jessica, and she's like, "Who the fuck is Morbius?" I was like, "Well, he's a vampire." And then she's like, "From what?" I'm like, "From Spider-Man." She's like, "Spider-Man fights a vampire?" I was like, "Yeah." the thing. So, no, here's what's really going to happen, though, because that movie is coming next year. So, there's going to be a Morbius movie, whatever. Morbius is probably going to be bad or conflicted or something totally different, because none of it matters, because there's another character that also relies on Spider-Man having existed to create vampires. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
No, so Venom 2 will open with Venom fighting Morbius. Morbius has a sonic blast. Chunk of the fucking... And they just happen to be fighting over the fucking prison where Cletus Cassidy's in. And a chunk of the Venom symbiote flies off and works its way down through the cracks to Cletus. That's how he's going to get the thing. Because then that ties in with their fucking little... They already have an acronym for it. It's called, like, SCUM. It's like Sony controlled universe of Marvel heroes or some shit.
You really failed if your acronym is SCUM.
Oh no, don't get me. I'll look up the actual acronym right now. Let's see. Venom Sony universe name. Oh, here it is. Sony's Marvel Cinematic Universe has a official name. It's SUMC. SUMC. For Sony's universe of Marvel characters.
Okay.
SUMC.
SUMC.
So dumb.
That's the dumb, yes. Super dumb, actually.
Because we're going to get Morbius, the living vampire. We're going to get a Black Cat film, which pisses me off so much.
Uh-huh.
Like, I love Black Cat as a character. But that character, again, only works because of Spider-Man. Holy shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get a Silver Sable, which I guess I was mentioning earlier because Silver Sable's in the video game right now that I'm playing. And for, I don't even know what reason, we're also getting a Jackpot movie.
Okay.
It's just
So interesting.
I mean, it's like, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Like, I can't wait for the day when Sony doesn't share the rights to Spider-Man. Like, I cannot wait for that day. Because regardless of what happens with the fucking Venom films or how good the next one is going to be or whatever, it'll just be so much better when he's fighting fucking Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, agreed. Like, agreed. I'm not saying Venom doesn't have his own villains and becomes his own superhero and goes to fucking space and becomes a Guardian of the Galaxy and all this other crazy shit, which is awesome. But that awesomeness only comes if he's part of the actual Marvel universe and not fighting Indian Elon Musk. Like, it's dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, but fun fact. Oh, there's a thing. What's the thing? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yeah. I gotta take Pete out.
Okay, that's fine. Did you know that in the comics recently, the new Venom comics, they actually introduced a loophole so that they can introduce the White Spider on Venom without the Spider-Man connection?
How's that?
So apparently the classic White Spider is like the Krull or the Knoll, the symbiote gods.
Yeah. The god, yeah.
Like ancient symbol for death or some shit. And so they introduced a loophole in the comics, maybe on purpose, maybe not, so he can get his white symbol for the Venom 2 movie.
Nice.
So, there you go. Anyway, fans were freaking out about it because they were like, why would you help Sony, Marvel? They're like, stop it. For the record, I thought Venom looked just fine without the
Yeah, I
spider
didn't
thing.
mind.
I do miss him swinging, but him being kind of monstery was also kind of the way he was portrayed in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics.
The lumbery,
Yeah.
like the way he would kind of just like hoof his body up.
Yeah, best I can describe is kind of hulking it.
Yeah. Putting
Yeah.
it, digging his hands in.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. And I also loved the Easter egg in that movie where the symbiote was like, "Oh, I love heights." You know, and I was like, "Ha," and he doesn't like heights. That's funny. That's good. That's real good. Let's see. Other quick things. What else? What other quick things do we got to go over? We've talked about entertainment.
Have you watched the Haunting of Hill House?
No, but Jessica was saying she wants to see it. Is it good?
Pretty good, yeah.
I started the 3rd season of Daredevil last night. It is on fucking fire this season, man. Holy shit, it's good.
I mean, you know it's gonna get canceled soon.
No, probably not that one. So it's funny. I was reading articles about this. So Marvel wise, Netflix has officially canceled Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Luke Cage one was kind of surprising to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't seen season 2, but I've heard that it's pretty garbage. Iron Fist isn't that surprising because season 1 was. I liked season 1, but everybody else thought it was terrible. People said season 2 was good though, but I haven't seen either of those. But it doesn't matter; it's canceled. So, but my understanding is Netflix canceled them because they were just like so badly performing.
Mm-hmm.
And not to sound, I don't know, racist or something. I was actually really shocked that they canceled Luke Cage because my understanding was it had done really, really well. The first season of Luke Cage had done really, really well because of the African American community.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also it coming after Black Panther. So I was kind of a bit shocked that it got canned necessarily.
Yeah.
But then again, at the same time, when they announced their cancel, Marvel said that they were not done with those characters / actors. So I would imagine that they're probably gonna do what they should have done and have them together in their own series on the Marvel stream or the Disney streaming channel. Just saying.
Yeah, the Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm down with that. And plus they've already established that they have great chemistry with each other already. So, you know, that's the thing. But yeah, no, season 3 of Daredevil, fucking on fire. It's like super dark. Like, I thought Daredevil was already the darker of the shows, but like it's
no pun intended.
Yeah, right. But it's like way dark. Like it's super dark. Like it's just like what Matt Murdock's going through. Wilson Fisk is back, and of course he's fucking fantastic. That actor, Vincent D'Onofrio,
yeah, he's really good.
Crushes. Pun intended. Crushes that role. So that's real good. I got a little overexcited to see Sabrina, and I missed it by a week because I guess it's not out now. It's out next week. I'm hearing real good things about it. People are saying it's a R-rated Riverdale mixed with Buffy. And I'm like, hell yes. All of those words I like.
I never got into Riverdale.
I'll be honest, it's a guilty pleasure. It is a super guilty pleasure because it's a fucking teen high school drama. And like, yeah, there's a murder mystery aspect to it. Whoop-de-doo. But it's a guilty pleasure.
I get you.
It's like one of those ones kind of has terrible writing. But like you like the actors and it's still entertaining.
I got you.
It's one of those kind of things. And plus, I have a little bit of extra affinity for that one because like I read Archie comics growing up. And even though Riverdale is like way darker take on it, like
Gonna be honest,
way darker.
That's Angel for me. Angel is my like guilty pleasure.
See, I liked Angel too, but like I never. Why do you call it a guilty pleasure? I guess that's what I would ask.
I mean, because it's kind of like it's kind of like one of those things that if you were like, yeah, man, I fucking love that show, Angel. They'd be like, oh, with that one dude, and people were like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if you have to have that conversation with your buddies for them like to be like, why do you like that show? And then you got to explain yourself. Like, I could say, I love Farscape.
Me too,
Yeah.
buddy.
No, whatever. Wouldn't even bat an eye. Now, ready?
Yeah.
I watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh.
See?
Okay.
There we go. I just proved my
Okay, fine.
point.
I'll throw out another guilty pleasure. We actually need to do a whole podcast now on guilty pleasures. That's what we need to do, man. I have a guilty pleasure show too. Drop Dead Diva?
Fuck yeah!
Are you serious?
Yeah, about the chick who dies.
Yeah.
Reincarnated as like a by the way, I'm just gonna say this right now. I think she was prettier when she came back.
I also agree.
So I'm just gonna say that right now, female listeners.
Yeah. You should know you're loved here. Book fam. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't count if we both love it then.
Okay.
There's got to be
hold on.
some other guilty pleasure things.
We got I'll say we got 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
Let's go guilty. Let's
Okay.
go guilty pleasure for guilty pleasure.
Okay.
Just
I'm trying to think. My mind is racing.
movie. Guilty pleasure movies.
Oh, guilty pleasure movies.
You can do want to do 3 or 5?
I don't care. I'm just trying to think of anything at this point.
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure. Oh my god.
What's a movie that if you told me I could go, really?
I'm
that
trying
you
to
like?
think. I'm trying to think because we tend to run on at least similar wavelengths. I don't know. How about?
I love musicals.
Okay, well that I don't quite agree with. I like some musicals.
Love musicals.
I like
Love it.
Moulin Rouge. I like.
Okay.
I classify Blues Brothers as a musical.
I do as well.
Thank you. Women tend to disagree with me on that front.
Let me ask the question. Do you think Die Hard was a Christmas movie?
Goddamn right I do.
All right, we're in agreement then, good sir. Say what you want. It's a goddamn Christmas movie.
It is.
If Home Alone's a Christmas movie, suck my dick. So is
Okay.
Die Hard.
Okay, I'm looking through my iTunes movie collection right now. Let's see. Guilty pleasure. What do I got that's guilty pleasure in here? Okay. Here we go. The movie Battleship. Ever seen that? Yeah?
The one with Rihanna?
Yeah, the one with Rihanna. And Liam fucking Neeson.
For real dog?
Yeah.
You like that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
No,
They said, E4, you sunk my battleship.
So I guess that would be your Snakes on a Plane. I love Snakes on a Plane. And not ironically either.
All right, truth time. I've never seen Snakes on a Plane.
Do you like Samuel L. Jackson?
Who doesn't? Who
Okay.
doesn't? Like, no, who
wanna
honestly
hear him say,
on this planet Earth is human and doesn't like Samuel L. Jackson?
Do you want to hear him say, "I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes"?
Oh yeah, no, I've seen the clips.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen the clips.
like it's great. It's literally my favorite line. Like I'll watch the whole movie for that line.
I bet. Okay, another guilty pleasure movie, Cloud Atlas.
With Tom Hanks?
Yeah, and fucking Halle Berry.
No, I'm with you.
Okay, all right, fine. Well,
I'm with you on that one.
these are not guilty pleasures then. Okay, I've got one
Well, it can still be a guilty
that I
pleasure.
know is a guilty pleasure because I know you. Because Jessica hates me for it, I'm sure you'll hate me for it.
Okay.
Because I never watched the anime. But I like the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. See, there you go. That one makes you mad. That's a guilty pleasure right there.
Oh, I want to pie so to scream at your face. It's so bad. How do you?
It was fun. I don't know any of the characters, so I have no frame of reference. I'm like, okay, I know what they look like. Sure, fuck it. It was fun.
Okay, I like the Dragon Wars movie.
Ooh, I've not seen it, but I've heard.
Yeah, I like the Dragon Wars movie.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. Guilty pleasure. Scrolling.
We did. Yeah, we could do shows. I love Teen Wolf on MTV.
Oh, well, see there, I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's real good. Latter seasons are not so great though.
The family's name is Argent. That means silver in French.
They explain that though.
Yeah. Then it gets a little weird in later seasons. I'll admit that. It's a little disjointed.
I've got a guilty pleasure. I got 3 of them.
All right.
I love the full CGI Final Fantasy movies. I'm talking Spirits Within. I'm talking Advent Children and Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15.
I like the Advent Children.
Okay. Advent Children's great.
Yes.
The complete version's even better though. Because there's 35 extra fucking minutes. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
you know I like Billy Joel.
Okay.
That's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. I like oldies music.
Okay.
Like the stuff they play on Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love that game so much. Because it's just like, you remember when you first started playing Fallout, you put your Pip-Boy on, you turn the radio on, and then you're like, this music's terrible. And then you turn it off and you're like, I'm so alone. And then you turn it back on.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, you're like, he's hacking and whacking and slashing. And he's hacking. Ooh, Butcher Pete. You know what I mean?
They also did all that stuff in BioShock too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I got another one. I love the movie Pain and Gain.
What game? What is it?
Pain and Gain? Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay.
And Anthony Mackie, who plays the Falcon. He's also in it. You seen that movie?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah? Bad? You're grimacing.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I'd watch it if there was nothing else to watch.
Ooh, I got an extra guilty pleasure because it also destroys a old classic movie, in my opinion.
Okay.
So bear with me here.
Okay.
I think the rebooted RoboCop is better than the original.
Hey, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Oh, because it was dark as fuck.
It was gritty.
He was so fucked up, and he lost his fucking wife, and the shit got so real.
Mm-hmm.
And it also hit like too close to home in like a lot of areas. Like, oh man, like digging into your privacy and like robots taking over the world and like humanity, and you can't do anything. Oh, it's dank. I loved it. Okay, well, that's good. Oh, I got one. Everybody hates this movie. Disney's The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nicolas fucking Cage. Ever seen that movie?
Wait, is Nicolas Cage the apprentice?
No. He's the fucking magic master. The fucking apprentice is fucking Jay Burchell.
You said it was Disney. I have younger brother and sister, so I'm sure I've seen it. It just isn't ringing a bell.
Takes place in New York. It's a spin on the Mickey Sorcerer's Apprentice, except it's like fucking Nicolas Cage versus Alfred Molina is like the bad guy. He's like an evil wizard.
Okay.
And they're like turning fucking gargoyles and like cars into fucking people. They're duking it out in the fucking streets. And then also making everybody forget about it, fucking Harry Potter style. Fucking great.
Yeah. Okay.
Real good. Give it a watch on Netflix or something.
Wait, hold on. I got one more. The Last Witch Hunter.
You know, I've heard that's good. I haven't seen it, but I know that's Nick Cage, right? Or is that the one with...
That's Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. That's right. Okay. Ooh, I got another two. I like the newer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films.
Okay.
Yeah, a little hard to swallow on that one.
That was a little gulp because the first. I mean, I'm also probably looking at it through fan-colored glasses because I remember those movies so fondly as a child.
Oh, I remember them too. Don't get me wrong. I grew up on the show. I grew up on the fucking 90s films.
I mean, they were good.
You know?
They were good flicks.
But I think the new flicks are great.
Okay.
Generally do. I also definitely think the second one is better than the first one. And
yes.
I'll imagine.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You saw the second one. Okay, good.
Yes. I've seen them. I've seen them all. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, you know, kind of like the Venom problem. The first reboot Ninja Turtles kind of like it knew what it was, but it couldn't quite commit. And then two, it committed, and it's like, okay, we're good now. I've got a guilty pleasure one, which kind of hurts because I also loved the original. I like the rebooted Total Recall.
With Colin Farrell?
Yeah, with Colin fucking Farrell.
Yes.
With everybody delivering the driest performances of all time.
Ooh, so saltines in your mouth with no water dry.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking
saltines and peanut butter.
We have three bona fide Hollywood AAA actors who are all heartthrobs, and Bryan motherfucking Cranston, and every single one of them delivers the driest performance I have ever seen in my life.
And I don't give a fuck about them. That's the killer. I don't give a fuck about them. I'm like, God, Jesus.
Yeah, no. Is Colin Farrell, Kate Beckinsale, Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
Bite my lip, Jessica Biel. Yeah. So you want to wrap, buddy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
I have to.
He's
looking at me like, Dad, come on. I want to pee my pants.
You got any last minute guilty pleasure? Okay, I have one that will always be my guilty pleasure.
Okay.
And it's everything to do with Tron.
You like the reboot?
The reboot, the original, the fucking TV series, the shitty fucking video game on the 360. All of it.
All right.
All of it. I take it you didn't like the...
Nope, I like Viva Pinata.
Okay, but lots of people like Viva Pinata. I like Viva Pinata.
Okay, so it's not weird.
Yeah, no, that's not weird.
No, nothing else.
Okay.
That's weird.
Fair enough.
We could definitely do one. We should definitely do one.
Yeah, we gotta work on a list though.
Yeah,
because shooting from the hip is hard.
Yeah,
I'm like literally looking at a list, scrolling through movies. I'm like, is that guilty? Is that guilty? And then part of my other half of my brain is like, no, it's not guilty. It's not guilty at all. Like that, like that's what I'm doing as I'm going down this list. Oh man. Well, alrighty, dude.
All right, brother.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your vacation. I'm sorry I couldn't hook up with you so that we could play some Sea of Thieves or something.
Hey man, it's what the world is.
Yeah, real sad.
It does suck.
Yeah, especially because the new Sea of Thieves stuff is good.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean you don't know, do you?
No.
Whole new section of the sea, brand new area, cursed cannonballs. They got the fucking you can hook a little rowboat to the back of any of your ships.
Okay.
They've got a fucking inventory management system now. Like what? Yeah, it's crazy.
Huh.
It's so wildly, like it's a big jump. It was a big jump. This last expansion. Yeah. Lots of new shit. Like, it was so big a jump because I, like, opened up the menu, and the menu is totally different now. I was like, holy shit. It's got a fucking inventory management system, like, out of fucking Diablo now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I was like, what? Why do I even have an inventory system? I was like, oh, because there's, like, a zillion cursed cannonball types, and you gotta be able to sort them. And, like, really fucking awesome cursed cannonball, too. Like, put your enemy crew to sleep, or make them all throw up, or drop their anchor instantly.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Real good stuff like that. Yeah. Anyways. Alrighty, dude.
All right, Tim.
Catch you
once again. It was my pleasure to go on this trip we call the Fork in Your Ear with you. I salute you.
Oh, okay. I salute you back.
Trying something new here, man. Just trying something new.
Okay, I'll just let you do it.
Remember when you first started saying that I was your noble steed?
Yeah.
Remember that? And now it sticks. Just let me try some new shit, okay?
Okay. Did you have more than one?
I'm gonna try a new one every time.
Oh, really? Okay.
A new sign off every episode.
I mean, that's how we get Forked and Shazam.
Yeah, that's how we got to it.
That's true. That's how catchphrases are born. And sometimes they're just random one-liners and they get thrown out and then they stick. So, alrighty, man. As always, this is Author Podcast blah 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 blah. Fuck! I fumbled it.
You know that's how you are on my phone.
I'm blah 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 blah. I'm fumbling.
No, you are author, podcaster, gamer, Tim K.A. Trotter in my phone.
That's hilarious. Is it like my first name and then the other names and then like the business is author, podcaster, gamer?
No, it's
like one word.
Yeah, it's all one word.
Jesus, that's a mouthful. Okay, cool.
Well, it's book, microphone, controller, Tim K.A. Trotter, because you can't put all those letters in.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm emojied.
Yeah, you're emojied.
Okay.
You're in good company in the emojied area.
Fair enough. Okay. Once more. Signing off, author, podcaster, gamer, Tim K.A. Trotter. You can find all of our stuff at www.dynamicworksproductions.com, with the exception of the Fork in Your Path, because I haven't fucking changed the link over from the previous. I think Agents of the Nine is still up there.
Probably is.
Yeah. But the Fork in Your Path is available on iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher, and I don't think we're
Google
on
Play.
Yes, it's on Google Play. I've double checked that. It's on. I don't think it's on SoundCloud yet, and it's on YouTube, so you can find the Fork in Your Path, an actual play RPG podcast there. I'm gonna start saying this now. Generally, episodes release Sunday, because I dropped the fucking ball this week. Which really means I dropped it last week because they're all done in advance. Yeah, buy my book, available on Amazon Kindle and iTunes iBookstore. $2.99. Buy a book, support this show. Free samples are available on everybody's respective thingamajigs. And that's me. I'm out. Get forked.
You can find me on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13. You can find my podcast, The RNG Cast, at The RNG Cast. If you like Destiny, you want to hear me talk about Destiny, that's the podcast for you, dear listener. And Shazam!
Sweet. We're out.
All right, buddy.
All right, dude.
I'll talk to you later, man.
Peace out, man.
Peace. All right, Pete, come on.
Bye, Pete. Thank you for listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast. You can find our podcast at www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Feel free to email us at dynamicworks@mac.com.
Dominic Armato, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, and you're listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast.
The Citadel, Arrival, is the first installment in a series of epic science fiction short stories reminiscent of the Pulp Fiction style. It's a fast-paced story that will take you through twists and turns that you will not expect, until they are thrust upon you with all the force, excitement, and chaos of a plasma cannon blast. The story follows Katarl, a nobody cog in the working wheels of a futuristic society run completely by Megacorp, a corporation that carefully runs and manages the lives of the people living under its sphere of power. On one of Katarl's few and far between days off from work, an outing he had hoped would be fun and relaxing turns into an explosive adventure that drags him kicking and screaming into situations and challenges that will make him question every aspect of his life. Watch this colorful tapestry unfurl as Katarl and his newfound allies find their way through this classic, yet oddly surprising tale of good and evil, where nothing is quite what it appears to be. That's The Citadel, Arrival, by author Tim K. Trotter, available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99.
What's up, man?
Okay. Can you also hit the other thing over hit the, I think it's the plus. Did one of them say record? Yeah, do that. Okay, cool. Alright, how am I coming in? My mic's kind of over my face.
Oh, you're good.
Really?
Yeah. All good, man.
Real good?
Yeah, real good.
Okay, cool. So, me and Jessica were fighting
Well,
in Soul Calibur 6. Yeah, I buried the lead with that one, didn't I?
yeah.
And she's...
In my head, I was like, this is going to be fun then.
Yeah, because she's right behind me. And...
Better watch what you say.
Yeah, sure. Probably that. And then she destroyed me, which I knew was going to happen, because I'm not good at Soul Calibur. You ever played a Soul Calibur, Mike?
Yeah, I'm not good.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the harder fighting games, I think, because it's weapon-based.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she stomped me and laughed about it, which made me feel real bad because she also destroyed my ass at Super Mario Party last night, too. Again. 2 days in a row now, Mike. Emasculating. And, but then, I just stomped her ass 5 matches in a row on Soul Calibur. Like, and it's brand new. Like, I'm struggling to get a hold of the controls, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And whatnot. So, she's all mad at me, and she's sitting on the other PlayStation, training now to stomp my ass, while also weirdly listening to an erotica book. But, you know, whatever.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you just can't breeze over that.
Yeah, well, I did. She's over there, and she's playing a weapons-based fighting game where she brutalizes people while also listening to an erotica audiobook.
Oh.
I'm weird.
I mean, yeah, so am I. Cool.
He says it's cool.
As long as you can't hear what's going on in my ears.
No, I don't want to know what's going on in your ears, honey. Sounds like real badness. How's your day going, buddy?
Going good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Still cool vacation, Mike?
Yeah, a little bit. It's dawning on me that I go back to work tomorrow, which sucks a bag of dicks, but
yeah, it does. But that's been good. Well, anyway, let's get into it. We'll talk about your vacation, talk about the things. Announcements.
Man, I've been playing a metric fuck ton of this Festival of the Lost for Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, it's so good.
Yeah, that's what Kono was telling me last night.
And he was describing, because I guess he's finally done the raid now twice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He talked about it in a very odd manner. I mean, obviously I haven't played it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
But he was like, he was hesitant to say that it was better than the other raids, but he said he liked how everything was timed, which doesn't sound like a fun thing to me personally. But he said he liked how there was more puzzles and there was timing, and how there was like, I guess, like basically like a combat team who protects the other team from dying while they're trying to solve puzzles, I guess. Was kind of the main mechanic of the raid, apparently. And then he said he also liked how, like, when you kill, I guess, the final boss, like, you win, but then there's like, he said there's like a minute where shit hits the fan and you basically just have to survive as opposed to fight. And he liked that change. So
yeah, a lot of people like that.
Yeah. It actually sucked. Like, we were going to have a big game of Dead by Daylight last night, but Buzz or Matt or even Jessica was out. Like, she was making me meatloaf, but then she had to go pick up her sister because of the tire situation.
Yeah.
And like, her sister took forever, and so we ate like at like 9, and we ended up not playing Dead by Daylight. Like, I played with Kono, but nobody else got on, so we just tried to do. They got an event going on right now. Like their first in-game event, and there's basically like these tentacle monsters, I guess.
Tim, start the show.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Cut in.